Welcome to Champions Corner, man. It's the WC, and just to explain the format because it's the first installment of it, Champions Corner. I'm going to take about four, maybe five, maybe even six topics at a time and just go round by round with them. All right, when the bell rings, I'm done talking about it. All right, so let me know how y'all feel below. It's the WC, man. Ring the bell, man. Round one. So yeah, I decided to roll the dice with dating, online dating, right? And there's only two sites out there that's like prominent for online dating, and that's Match.com and Eharmony. In this case, I'm talking about Eharmony. I'll do Match later. But Match had like a promotion going on, so I got on there real cheap. It's real expensive to get on there, and yeah, it costs a whole bunch of money, which will come back. I'll talk about that a little bit later on in this segment of Champions Corner. But I mean, it was just so much wrong with that site. I mean, it was just so much that was just wrong. It was like they would give me matches that were just too far away, even if my preferences were like, hey, I want it within maybe a 300, 400 mile radius. They would still give me matches. Yeah, they still give me matches from like Washington State, um, Oregon. I mean, they would give me, they would give me matches from basically all over the United States. We talking about a 300 to 400 mile radius that I put on it. Which was as far as like the matches that I did get. Now, I'm not like a complete image conscious guy, right? And majority of the time, it's just like it's more so of a mental thing with me than it is like a physical thing with me, because after you done talked to so many different women, it's like, okay, you look all right, but you're probably crazy as hell. I mean, that's kind of how it comes down to. That's kind of what it boils down to when you talk to some of these women. So considering the fact that I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to be based off, max based off of 27 dimensions, which I mean, give or take, really didn't factor in as much as you think that it would. It should probably be easy as pie when you get into communication with them, but it wasn't. Um, a lot of the women that I spoke to on there had pictures up, but they didn't have a subscription. So I'm sitting over here like, it's either they didn't see the promotion that I seen, they probably just came to the conclusion that it was just too expensive. eHarmony runs like free communication weekends, and as a subscriber, you don't see when the free communication weekends occur at all, unless you log into their main site. And sometimes, I had my stuff automatically logged in, so maybe that was my fault during that 3 month stint. But they would run commercials on TV letting you know when they would do like a free communication weekend. And even if you do free communication, you still can't see the people that you're talking to. So it's almost like you're going into a blind date for the people that's not a subscriber, which is fair. I mean, if I pay my money, I should be able to see your face. But one of the broken dynamics of the site is just like, it just doesn't give you your bang for your buck. I mean, for real. Like, I was only doing. I was look. Like I said, I didn't pay that much at all. I did a promotional code, so I didn't. I paid nothing to be basically on there, and I was on there for a short stint. Now they say that you're supposed to be on the dating site for at least 6 months, and guaranteed within a 6 month frame rate that you should be able to find somebody. I was on there for 3 months, didn't find nobody. I talked to a few women, and it was like, ugh, after a while. Some of them were, I ain't gonna fake. I mean, there was no Beyonce's up on there. There was no, Kelly Rowland's up on there. There was no Jennifer Lopez is up on there. You know, if you into Nicki Minaj, there was a couple of Nicki Minaj looking chicks up on there, but you could tell that they was all jacked up in the membrane. If you know what I'm trying to say, all screwed up. If you know what I'm trying to say. So I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, if I had to come down and tell y'all, you know, try to recommend eHarmony for anybody, I say try it for about 3 months, like I did. You don't find nobody, just ditch them. Because what they gonna do is that they gonna try to hike it up to about 27, 30 something bucks a month. I mean, even that steep. That's like paying another bill almost. You know what I'm saying? Just to talk to people that you can go down the street talk to. So, you know, my overall experience with eHarmony was blah. I wouldn't suggest it to nobody, but you know, then at the end of the day, you know, if you're looking for somebody to talk to, I mean, there's plenty of places on the internet you can talk to them for free. You don't have to go to eHarmony or Match. And I'll do a review on Match in another Champions Corner. But yeah, that's the end of this segment. One problem that I have with this console war, and a lot of people have, brought this up, is that there's too many people out there that are focused on just, resolution and, how the game looks. And I mean, honestly, everybody wants a game that looks good. All right. But this console war between Microsoft and Sony is not going to be won off of which game looks better, you know what I'm saying, or which console looks better. It's going to be based off of the titles. It's going to be based off of the games. You know, that's one of my criticisms of Microsoft from day one, from them announcing the system. They're sitting over here talking about this thing has cable box capabilities and all this other stuff that I don't care about. I want to know about the games, just like everybody else. I'll just keep echoing it, you know. And PlayStation 4, people just ran out. Oh my God, man, they ran over their own feet to go get the PlayStation 4, man. What's the number? 7 million sold, and then they only sold like 1 million for Infamous. I mean, I'm sitting over here like, okay, if you sell 7 million, and only 1 million people buy that game for that console, that's a problem. That's a problem. What are they doing? What are the other 6 million plus people doing on that console? You know, to the point where they can't go out and get Infamous Second Son, which is probably, honestly, at this point, is probably the best game on the console right now. To me, I mean, coming from somebody that's played the game, coming from somebody that's actually, went through the game. I don't have a PlayStation 4, but I played it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play it all the way through, but I played it. Pretty darn good game. I played 2K on there too. Another good game. But this whole console war is just going to be decided by the games and the exclusives. That's it. That's all. Microsoft, look, I have an Xbox One, so I can personally speak on Xbox One. Xbox One needs to do more. The notification bars suck. They're terrible. I don't know who's online. I don't know when they're offline. I don't know nothing. All right. I know nothing. All right. When I'm playing the game, I don't know who's online. Don't know who's going offline. I don't know. I don't know anything. All right. For something that costs $500, I expect for it to be able to tell me if my friend logs online. All right. I'm sorry. Maybe an update will come right around E3 a little bit after that, but they got to clean that up. They got to fix that. That's a major problem. All right. And as far as people that are fans of Sony, they call them Sony ponies. I ain't gonna disrespect y'all like that. I mean, y'all like y'all piece of plastic. I like my piece of plastic. It is what it is. But for all y'all peoples out there, man, we'll just call a spade a spade. Both of these consoles don't have any games that anybody wants to play at this point, and they both better bring it at E3. We talking about exclusives. We're talking about good games. They both better bring it, because I think that this E3 right here, despite the fact that not Microsoft, but Sony sold 7 million, despite that fact, if they don't have any exclusive, what are they gonna play? What are they gonna do with their PS4? What are they gonna do with it? I mean, it's a gaming console first. At least that's what it should be, and that's the reason why I raised the people's eyebrow. to Microsoft like, I didn't buy this, to have another cable box. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's just how I feel. What do you want me to say? People, people that know me from my previous YouTube stint knows that, I have a way with words. Like, I can kind of get under people's skin, and I don't necessarily want to do that with this whole Mimi, from the Love and Hip Hop sex tape thing going on, man. Um, you want to know what's real sad about this whole situation with her doing that tape? The real saddest part about it is that you got teenage girls, black girls in particular, that watch this show. All right, and don't none of them got a problem with it. They don't have no problem with this chick acting a straight up fool. They don't got no problem with her exploitation of herself. They don't got no problem with the fact that this girl is a mother and she's got one of the most foulest mouths. I seen her video response to the way people was coming at her about her doing the video. I mean, it was just over the top, unnecessarily, unnecessary and mannish. You know, that's the biggest problem that I got with black women overall, is that they come off like they dudes. You know what I'm saying? And that if you watch that video, her video response to, people not liking her, sex tape, then yeah, you understand why I'm taking that stance. But like I said, the most concerning thing about this whole situation is not her tape. I mean, if she wants to whore herself out for 100K, I mean, it is what it is. Chicks do that every day. They whore themselves out every day, for a chicken, 2-piece chicken dinner. All right, it is what it is. But the whole bottom line of the whole situation is that, you know black women don't got no problem with this, man. I mean, they really don't. You go on Twitter and they lining up. They line up. They cancel all their plans Monday night or whatever night to come on just to tweet about this all night long. They don't got no problem with it. They have absolutely no problem with, these chicks out here being a terrible representation of what black women are. They just don't. They don't have no problem with it. Oh man, it's just great. Just great and grand, man. No problem with it at all whatsoever. That right there, that's the red flag. I mean, if there was ever a red flag to put in the air, that's what the red flag is. But, at the end of the day, this is what the saddest part about this is, and there ain't nothing I can do about it, alright? Nothing I can do about it that WC can do about it. At the end of the day, dudes are still gonna want to smash this chick, and chicks ain't gonna have no problem with them because they feel as though laughing at this chick is more important to basically vilifying this chick as one of the many problems that exist in the black community. And that's all I got to say about that. Aldon Smith, a very, very talented guy. Don't you know what? He's one of those type of guys that just, gives me an ice cream headache when you think about how talented this guy is and then how stupid he is for not being able to keep himself out of trouble. All right. Now, his recent run-in with the law can basically land him in jail for a while, for a good while. And the 49ers are just like, they're looking at this dude like, man, this guy's like some kind of ass clown. Like, he just can't keep out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's got all the talent in the world, but he just can't keep out of trouble. I mean, it's just, it's real sad when you look at the whole dynamic of it. This guy right here just cannot stay out of trouble. And if they cut him, maybe this could turn, help this guy turn the corner. But at this point, man, he just looks like he's just destined to just go down the road he's going. I mean, playing in the NFL is a privilege. Playing in the NBA is a privilege. Playing in the NHL is a privilege. I mean, all these sports leagues, it's a privilege to even play in them. I mean, regardless of how much talent that you have, it's always been proven that if you can't stay clean off the field, then you won't be on the field that much more longer. And as far as Aldon Smith goes, man, his time is running out. I mean, really, that guy's time is really running out. Well, ring the bell, man. Ring the bell. It's over. It's over. That's all for this edition of Champions Corner. I went 4 rounds with the champ, WC. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think down below. You know, if there's a topic that y'all want me to go in on, man, just list it down below and I'll review it or go over it, man. Hope y'all liked it, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Tell your friends about Champions Corner, how reckless it could get. Raw production. I'll see you guys next time.